By the way, the video really starts at this timeline, so if you want to get straight into that content, then skip to this timeline. So I just gave a thought about what type of video I should make about the Note 10 Lite. So I thought that I will make a regular long-term review. But then I thought and realized that who I wanted to buy the Note 10 Lite would have already done that. So then there's no point for that person to watch this video. So then I thought that I will do something different. So here's what I'm going to do. First, I will do a very brief review of the Note 10 Lite within 3 minutes, I promise. And then later we will be answering the question in the title, why the Note 10 Lite makes sense. As always, there will be timestamps in the timeline, so just skip to the topic that you're most interested about. With that out of the way, I am Devatan and you're watching Tech Aisle. Let's begin. The build quality is what Samsung calls glasstic, but honestly it is more like plastic than glass. But plastic is not bad, right? There's no massive camera bump, and interestingly it has a headphone jack, a feature that is missing from many upper mid-ranges now. You also have a hybrid dual SIM/SD card slot, but there is no water resistance or wireless charging. Coming to the screen, like a typical Samsung mid-ranger, it is the best part of the phone. The AMOLED makes sure that the colors are natural. You also get that always on display with the AMOLED. But this is not a high refresh rate screen, it's just 60 Hz. But this is a beautiful display to watch any type of content, be it anything from YouTube videos to any TV series. The performance is the largest thing that you should keep in your mind when going for this phone. The fact that Samsung gave a 2-year-old chip in the form of Exynos 9810 did not help in keeping my faith. But after using it, I think that the Exynos 9810, which was a flagship chip by the way, that is 2 years before, actually comes quite close to something like the Snapdragon 765G. But at asking price of 38,000, that is disappointing. But people who want a stylus, I don't think they mind a slower processor. If you're not interested in the stylus but want a more powerful phone, then maybe the Note 10 Lite is not for you. The Exynos 9810 in daily usage is more than enough for everybody. It is only in heavy tasks like gaming or multitasking that you notice the difference. But you know the real reason why someone would even consider buying a new device. The S Pen. When compared to something like the Note 10 Plus, there is a tiny bit that they have not given on the Lite version in terms of S Pen features. But it still has screen of writing, advanced screenshot capture, smart select and many other air view set of actions. And of course you can write notes with this. If you want to know more about the camera of the Note 10 Lite, then I have made a dedicated camera review, so make sure that you check that out. Coming to software, as I was shooting this video, the Note 10 Lite runs on One UI 2.5. One UI 2.5 is really decent and there is not much to complain here. Coming to the battery, you get a decently large 4500 mAh battery. You can still easily get past a day on a single charge. But if you are not a heavy user, you can expect that to be close to somewhere like 2 days. For charging, you have a 25-watt charger which charges the phone completely in 80 to 90 minutes. The haptic engine is also fantastic. It really knows when to stop. Okay, that was quick, and now let's answer the question in the title, why the Note 10 Lite makes sense. So let's start off with the obvious. The S Pen obviously has its fan base, but because of its high price, not everybody has been able to afford that. In India, for example, the Note 9 from Samsung, not Redmi of course, is a hefty rupees 63,990 for the 6 plus 128GB variant compared to rupees 37,999 for the Note 10 Lite. That is a 26,000 rupees difference with which you can say buy a OnePlus Nord. What is more is that I'm not even talking about the latest gen or the previous gen model. The fact that I'm speaking about a phone which is 3 generations old, that speaks a lot. So here's the thing, if you combine 5G and foldables, the price of a phone is going to go up through the roof. Seriously, before 5G and foldables came into being, the average price for a flagship was around 70,000 rupees or 1,000 US dollars. But now with the advent of high refresh rate screens, 5G, foldables, 108 megapixel sensor, the price has gone up and not by a little much. Like the latest flagship crosses the 1 lakh mark, and not to speak about the foldables which just crossed the 1,50,000 mark. So that is a massive amount to pay for a phone or a tablet depending on how you are using it. So a phone which doesn't provide you the absolute cutting edge technology but still provides you all the basic necessities and a little bit more is basically what a mid-range is all about. I mean, this is the case why all the mid-ranges have been selling out more, not just the Note and Lite. So yes, Samsung is making some decent mid-ranges. Yes, there are better things out there, but still people buy Samsung mid-ranges, and Samsung would love to increase their role in the mid-ranges. Samsung would like to offer more options to the people. So if you actually look, the costliest thing that is on the Samsung's A series is the Samsung Galaxy A71, at least in India. In certain countries you have the A90 5G, but in India it is the A71. So the A71 starts at Rs 29,500. So the next device that Samsung provides as of shooting this video, if we take away the Note 10 Lite and the S10 Lite, is the Samsung Galaxy S10e, which on the official Samsung site is Rs 47,300 and on Flipkart Rs 60,000. Then you also have the Samsung S20 FE, which starts at Rs 50,000. So that is effectively a Rs 20,000 difference, which can be massive for any company. So with the Note Lite and the S10 Lite, Samsung aims to bridge that gap between the A71 and the S10e/S20 FE by bringing two devices at the same middle price point. So that is why I think the Note Lite makes sense. So if you have any other reasons, then let me know in the comments down below. But more importantly though, just let me know how this whole format is, reviewing within a brief period and then just giving an out of the box content in the later part of the video. I might be making more videos like this one if the feedback that I'm getting is on the positive side. That being said, that's it for today. Hope you liked it. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next week. And as always, there will be timestamps in the timeline. So let's start off with the obvious.